Bro, don't look at Twitter. Don't look at Twitter.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm looking at VALORANT.
I'm not looking.
Camera is on. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, cool. First of all, congratulations for your victory, and thank you for joining us today. We are going to start with this press conference with Shopify, so please raise your hand and I will count on you. We are going to start with one question here in the room.
Wow, put on the spot. Hi, Sierra Zovi, Esports commentator. First off, congratulations on the win. Why don't you have the trophy here?
I don't know where it is. It's gone.
It's gone already?
I already lost it, yeah.
I yoinked it. Anyways, my question kind of goes to around like the question about your success this tournament, because there's been discussion about how like the difficulty level has been rising, it's become more competitive over the years, but you guys had a seamless run, even better than your run over in Sao Paulo. So aside from, you know, the longevity of this roster and the hard work that you've consistently said that you've put in, what do you think was what allowed it to be a flawless run?
Loic works us like dogs.
I honestly think the cliche answer of like working hard is true. Like I think the top three of this event are the three teams that put in the most times, and out of the three, I think we probably are the one that put in the most time, on top of having like incredibly talented players. So that's the, and honestly, like our team vibes are just like immaculate. Like I wouldn't ask for any other teammates. Like we play so much, we spend so much time. Our PPR room or like whatever the thing at the hotel, we just live there for 20 hours
It's
a day,
musty,
and like
bro.
this and like
So musty.
not a single like bad vibe ever. It's just like fun and like just joking all the time. So like couldn't ask for better.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question is from Brandon.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win, everyone. This will go to Mel. It might be an obvious question, but I just would like you to maybe go into detail about how this win obviously feels different from last year, you know, being on stage, the flawless run, just kind of all the factors, just how big is it compared to last year?
It is such a completely different environment, actually being able to play on stage and be alongside your teammates, and like your teammate has like an insane clutch or an insane like multi-kill. You can just look at them and just like, I don't know, feel like a sense of like pride being on the same team as them, or such a like being proud of them. And also when your team, if you guys like flop around or something, like being on stage, it's so much easier to reset from like bad rounds, seeing like everyone is together, like united, like on the same page. So it makes a world of a difference just for mental. Not to say our mental was bad last year, but just in terms of vibes and stuff, it was a game changer. Some would say.
Okay, thanks so much. Next question is from Sneh.
Yes, thank you. Likewise, I would also like to congratulate you guys on your back-to-back win. My question goes to Florescent. So now that you're the back-to-back winner in GCC, what is something that you're going to look back on fondly or remember the most from this 2024 event or the overall season?
Probably just being with my team and coaches and like manager. I like all my teammates a lot, and it was fun playing with them for 2 years.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have one question here.
Hi, Dana from multiplayer.it. First thing first, the congratulations. This question is more general about the All Championship, and it's addressed to anyone who would like to respond. Game Changers are an initiative designed with clear intention of inclusivity and representation. In some way, be the reign champion, it's being herald of these values. So what does to mean for you after this victory?
I think it means a lot. I don't think it really like sets in for us that we are like the best in the world in terms of like being women, like marginalized gender, like everyone in the world that can possibly play in GC and how many people compete. I don't think it really like sets in for us that we quite literally are the best, and we've proven it twice now, making it not a fluke. And so it honestly means a lot being like in the spotlight and like being like role models in the space. I think Game Changers is a great initiative, and I'm grateful every day that it exists. And I do think that very like within, let's just say very soon, that I think it'll come to culminate into something that will, I don't know, make people very excited to keep following Game Changers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Pedro.
Yes, Pedro Romero, independent. First off, gotta give my obvious obligatory congrats to you guys for winning once again, going back to back in this competition. Job well done. My question is gonna be directed towards Effie's. It's been mentioned plenty of times throughout this tournament run about how hard this team has been working, and I'm kind of curious on how um what's the day to day like? What's the process like in just having to get these girls into shape, both like in the server and even outside of the server, just to give it this an additional context. Throughout this entire year of Shopify, when it comes to playing in game changers, you guys only lost, or you guys had an overall record of 35-2, uh, including today in this competition. So, three-parter in this one. Well, first off, dang. Second of off, god dang. And then third off, god dang Effies, what did you even do? Like, what's the schedule like?
Honestly, it's a lot from like the planning of the year all the way. Like we basically decided this summer to not play a lot of Valorant, knowing that like GC3 and Champs was going to be like very close to each other. So we didn't play that much this summer. We like kind of like took it more chill a little bit. And then for the past 3 months, like maybe 2 months and a half, like ever since September, basically we've been playing, I would say like between 10 and 12 hours a day. Like I know for myself, I've been watching VODs, I've been playing rank, I've been like just like trying to play the game and just like on top of practice, obviously. So it's been the past like 2 months and a half, I've probably like 80 to 90 hours a week of just like Valorant. And I think that was like for everyone on the team. Like we had two great boot camps where everyone was like in early, out late, and just like it's a bit like leading by example as well. I like to be like the first person to come on to be on and like the last person to be out, so that people like even if I'm not doing much, just so that people like feel like there's someone in the room working all the time. And I think like leading by example is like super important. But like everybody's like bought into the program this year like so well. I think like everybody this year gave it their full, and I'm just so proud of that.
Okay, thank you so much. Potter, do you want to join us?
For those that couldn't see, that was Potter.
Christine mentioned. Come back. Christine Pottercheek, come back.
Okay, now we have another question. Is from Ravish. We are going to start with Ravish.
I can go. Is it me? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, sweet. Hi guys. I'm Ravish from Toronto. I guess that's the outlet.
Nice.
Firstly, let's go. Back to back, baby. Absolutely massive dub once more. Y'all look real good out there. And every single one of y'all, too. That's the crazy part. Like, just every one of y'all, man, fired and doing your thing. Really impressive. I was yelling. I do have a question, I promise. So my question actually goes over to Floor. Now, Floor, look, I find that because of how malleable your IGN is, there have been a lot of things that people made in terms of signs that I've had my own as well too. So I'm gonna list off 3. You just tell me which one that you mess with the most. All right. Now, one of these is mine, and if it's not mine picked, I will cry after. I just want you to know. Thanks.
Okay.
So thank you. So one, which we say in a lot. Her floor is your ceiling. 2, flow state to floor state. And 3, floor pre-firing an angle, called that floor shadowing.
That third one just has to be yours. I think the second one's like the coolest, I guess.
Well, all right, that's fine. I don't care.
Was yours the third one?
Yeah, mine was the third one, but I understand.
Nice.
Thank you very much, and congrats again to y'all, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Artem.
Hi guys, I'm a freelance journalist. Congrats on the win, first of all. Amazing season. Not dropping a single map is insane. This, I think, goes back to the first ever Valorant tournament we ever seen. Reykjavik Sentinels did the same thing. Now you guys, only 2 teams to achieve this is an insane achievement in itself. I would like to know from Mel. I remember during the pre-event press conference, you mentioned that MIBR is a team that you are looking to face, and you did face them on a best of 5 on a grand finals. What were your expectations then when you said that? And do you think those expectations or the things which you thought about them coming into the game were were matched or fulfilled from your perspective?
I would say playing MIBR today definitely met my expectations. I have been a fan of them ever since they, ended the Team Liquid Brazil dynasty. I've been following. I think the region I follow the most in Game Changers outside of our immediately our region is Brazil, because Team Liquid. I mean, last year, if genuinely 2 rounds go differently on Haven, we lose that series. So Brazil is an incredibly competitive region, and so it definitely drew my eye when they beat Team Liquid Brazil, knowing that that team was the closest to winning against us last year. And so following them immediately, like going to this tournament, I knew that they were going to be in grand finals. I had like a very strong conviction that we would be there with them as well. And they definitely met my expectations. I realized it was a 3-0, but regardless, like they came in the server, they didn't quit. Down 2-0 in a BO5, and they were still fighting back incredibly hard on Haven. And it took some like hero rounds at the end to really like take it over the edge, but they are an amazing team. I'm glad that they were here.
Thank you. Just a small follow-up on this. Since you mentioned that you guys did face Team Liquid Brazil last year and this time MRPI GC, and we have been talking about how the competition have been changed from previous year to this year with all the teams. What difference do you find in both of the teams?
In the teams, I mean, we ultimately only played 4 teams, but I would say the difference is obviously the number of teams that were here to begin with. I know that there is like, it's a hotly debated topic whether EMEA should have 3 slots or not. I will say I think this result shows that Brazil deserves 2. I think it's pretty obvious at this point, but I think like the biggest difference is you can tell people were very hungry. I think from our perspective, like knowing that everyone is going to try and like take us down also added like the effect of people working like even harder. So maybe that was it.
Thank you and enjoy this, and looking forward for watching you guys on Spotlight.
Thank you.
Next question for Pedro.
Yes, I want to hear from Noya and Sarah. Obviously, this game is a team game, and people like Mel and Florescent would be able to do what they normally do as it had not been for you guys. In addition to that, in addition to Lexus as well, I won't ignore that. So 2-time championship for you guys. What's the feeling like for you? Is the feeling like any different compared to last year, or is there any difference? What do you think that those differences are?
You want to go first? I like to go first. Personally, last year I didn't play very well. I also was very anxious. This year I was able to have fun on stage, and obviously my gel was next to me. She's super calming to me. Like she, I don't know, makes me so much less anxious, and
I do.
So it felt much better. Yeah, you
You're
do.
the only
yeah,
one.
you do.
Even when I miss your
You're the
fist bump
only
for
one,
like
bro.
30 seconds.
So yeah, just much more enjoyable this time. Yeah, I mean, I think I improved a lot as a player. Shout out to Effie's, my Sova player coach. Really appreciate that. I always just have a really, really good time playing on stage. It's a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that we could get the dub with Mel on stage. I love her a lot. And it was really sad last year winning and watching her cry in that isolation room. Sorry. But yeah, I'm just really happy. That's pretty much it.
Pedro, do you have a follow-up question?
I'm on my computer recording. I'm gonna repeat myself again. Okay, Florescent, you were voted for the MVP award unanimously. As I said in the broadcast, two-part question on that. What does that say about your presence within the game changer scene, and is kind of your continued dominance in this scene, and also in addition to that, being the MVP, what's the feeling like for you on a general sense?
I think it's pretty cool that a lot of people can vote me as like unanimous MVP, like undecided. But I don't know, it feels good, and I love all my teammates for setting me up all the time. I love baiting Sarah every round. And yeah, that's all.
Nice.
Thank you so much. We are going to take the next question here in the room.
Hello, Sierra Zoe. My question also goes to Floor. Kind of quoted on social media, and in that trailer, it was like you weren't at your full power and you were going to bring it in game today. If you had to give us a percentage of your power that we saw in these grand finals, what do you think it would be?
Maybe like high 80s, but this was like I think the best that I played, because Against G2, I was wearing short socks by accident. And then against
yes.
Zipto, I had a hole in my sock, so I couldn't focus. But my socks were on point today, so
Go.
I could really lock in.
She's not lying, by the way.
There was
Like,
a hole
during
in my
attack
sock.
pause, she just cut me off and said, "I think I have a hole in my sock," and then the whole game fell apart.
How does that correlate to your performance in the server?
I mean, I just gotta be comfortable. How am I supposed to be comfortable if I have a hole in my sock, you know? Or if my socks are too short, then like my ankles are cold.
It was cold in here, yeah.
It was very cold where we were sitting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Ravis.
Hi, me again, real quick. What's up, guys? So my question goes over to Noya actually. Noya, look, I find throughout this entire tournament, there's one thing that I find you haven't been able to address is that you being the reigning leader of Denmark has yet to be able to address any of your constituents, right? Anybody out there, right? As Madam President, right? What's like? Do you have anything to say to your leadership, to your country, right? To address them, perhaps, like because they've been eyeing for you, supporting you this entire time as you left them for so long.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stay in America probably, but thank you for supporting.
Understandable. I'll go ahead and put the flag in the sign. Beside it. I understand. It's okay. And also just real quick, besides that, I got some intel on your world strat that you just down 20 dumplings before every single time you go on stage. Is that so that plus the socks, is that what really preps you to get into just frag mode?
How did you find that out?
This is serious.
a crazy
Who
leak.
leaked this?
Like
I do
actually,
this.
okay. I like to eat a lot. Like I eat like 4 meals a day. I eat until I am sweating. I don't know, man. You gotta have a full stomach, full mind. You gotta be really ready to eat at all times.
Yup.
That's incredible. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ravish. Last question is from Arnab.
Hi again. This time my question is for Alexis. Throughout the whole season, nobody asked you any questions, so I thought I will do the honors.
Thanks, man.
I would like I would like to know how do you set up floor so well? The number of assists every game you have been reaching double digits like it's nothing. What's the secret behind it? And how important floor's aggression helps you as a player to set up all of this?
I think since I started playing the game, I've just been a util nerd. I think I sent Effie's like a couple months ago a VOD or a Google Doc of a VOD that I studied his util and his gameplay from literally 3 years ago, before I ever even knew the guy. So I think I just like to study util a lot. It's really, really easy to set up for because she always capitalizes off my util. That's the only reason I have assists. So I don't know. I think just reps of doing util and having a duelist, that's that goated.
I think she's the only one that can leash Floor sometimes too. She has the only perms that seem to be like, Floor, back up, I'm doing util for you.
Thank you, and it worked out throughout the season. So congrats. Again, congrats to every one of you. Looking forward for the next season as well as on Spotlight. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we are taking one more question here in the room.
Yeah, they lied to you. But hello, Sierra Zoe again. This one goes over to Coach Effie. As you said earlier in the press conference, how kind of thorough you are when planning out the yearly schedule for this team, taking into account kind of when these events were going to be. Obviously, next year, it seems like it's going to be even busier, assuming the organization lets you guys, as Alexis kind of talked to me about, with you guys having a spot in a close qualifier for challengers and hopefully qualifying for that as well. How would you kind of plan that ideal balance then between kind of defending your title in Game Changers and also moving up in kind of the ecosystem of Riot with VALORANT?
I think if that was to happen, I think we would have to prioritize playing challengers more than anything. I think Game Changers, I'm sure Riot would think of a way to make us compete in both, but if we were to prepare for only one of those outcomes, it would 100% be challengers. I think everyone at this table just wants to play at the highest level possible, and I would feel horrible as a coach holding them back and just forcing them to play. Already put so much effort into GC, I feel like our co-head runs are already kind of sacrificed. But if we were to like play challengers, like I think we would just beg Riot to like find a way to make us play both, but put main focus on challengers for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, we conclude this press conference. Congratulations again for your victory, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to all the journalists who joined for this amazing championship. Thank you, and see you later.
What time is it? Oh. 8. Yo.